what we're doing is we're building this thing kind of as an eighth mile specialty vehicle. We're going to be using twin Zona rotor turbos, and they are going to be bumper mounted in the fog light holes. I'll be doing a lot of the one-off fab work. Diego's going to be doing a lot of the welding to help me out getting this project out the door. What we're really trying to do is get this thing to be the highest horsepower SRTA Jeep in the world, and to be the fastest 8-mile SRTA Jeep in the world. So Diego's going to be doing a lot of welding. You see any possible hurdles on this project?
I don't think so. I think we're gonna have to mount everything super solid, as everything's gonna be heavy. The turbos they're pretty big.
Yeah,
it's double massive. Everything, you know, dual wastegates, dual blow-off valves. We got to do the catch can, coolant overflow. Everything is basically going to be redone. There's nothing.
Yeah, nothing from the old setup will be reused. So what and another part we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a custom 3D printed Y off the throttle body. So this is like a completely out of our realm type fab project than what we would typically do. We have done a lot of twin turbo projects, but this one is just kind of like that next level, that next tier of race fabrication, not just street car fabrication, which is kind of more the direction we want to move. We want to start doing a lot more race projects, a lot more high horsepower projects with kind of like the top tier, low, like very high budget, very high horsepower, you know, specialty vehicles. That's kind of like really the direction we want to move towards.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it.
Me too.
Pretty crazy build.
Yeah, it'll be pretty sweet. So what we'll be doing is probably over the next like 7 to 10 days, we'll be knocking this thing out and have it out the door. And you guys will be able to watch all the progress as we go. So today we're going to be working on the SRTA Jeep that we were talking about planning on. And anyway, so what we're doing with the turbo placement is we're going to put them in the bumper kind of like as far forward as we can. These are big turbos, so I want to keep the inlet pretty much right center of the fog light hole, where it collects air from the ground, where we don't have, it's basically a zero pressure zone, so we're not fighting air coming at the vehicle. Anything higher than about midway up, it starts to fight. So nice and down low keeps all the air pressure low, so it's able to pick up. But what I did is I put together this little jig to mock up the turbo, where we could connect a pipe from the header over to the turbo, and then we can start working on our exhaust components. But basically, this is what we're looking at in terms of placement. So we're gonna get this one placed, we'll get the other one placed, then we'll get all the exhaust components made past that, and then we can start working on all the charge pipes. Alrighty, so we got the turbos placed. I'm happy with the way they're placed in the bumper. They are pretty damn symmetrical as far as inlets go. So now we're going to move on to the outlets, which would be the exhaust. Exhaust is coming out the fender. This is an existing hole that was made by another shop when this thing was turboed before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make the exact same location work over there in terms of the cut and placement of the teardrop exhaust. Now this is not super easy, so what I've already done is I went through and taped off the approximate location. I'm going to take this piece of cardboard, marker, I'm going to draw this out, and I'm going to move it to that side. I'm going to try to line everything up as closely as I can. So I got my measurements here, and what I did is I went ahead and put them on the back side. That way it's a mirrored copy. So everything's going to match one to the other. We can place it on the fender, kind of get our measurements. I know definitively this mark right here is 4 1/4 off the fender and 8 3/4 off from the headlight. So once we get everything placed, it'll be a lot easier to kind of get everything situated. We should be probably like right around here, but we'll start messing around with this and figure out how close we can get it. protect the paint, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hand as a shield from the spray. So mine's pretty damn close. Mine's a little smoother. I always like the profile a little bit, but again, once you put some trim on it, it'll look good. It'll face nice and look good. I think I'm gonna probably want to do beauty rings. I don't think I want to keep that kind of trim. So I'll talk to Carlos about doing some sort of like aluminum beauty ring, or maybe even a 3D printed carbon fiber nylon ring or something. Something to just face it. It looks kind of unfinished with just a trim piece that just kind of sticks around the edges. Run this. It's an extrusion. It's kind of a cheater way of doing a tank, but for the time frame that we have on this vehicle, it'll work, and it'll actually work really well. It'll look good. It'll be strong. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this pretty much central. We're going to run 2 -10 fittings, one on each side, to keep the oil drain from backing up, and then we're going to do a -10 low on the tank for the pump to pick up on, and then we're going to have to do a -4 on the top to work as a breather, and we're going to plumb that into the catch can. That way all the vapors that would be in the tank go into the catch can, and just kind of everything's all collected in the same spot. So what I'm doing right here is dealing with some aluminum. Basically how it works is I'm going to heat this piece up until the marker is completely gone. That means it's gone to the right temperatures to yield the aluminum and spread the molecules. That way when I go to bend it, it'll bend easily. I'm bending with the grains, which makes it extremely difficult to bend, because that makes the materials very strong. I'm sorry, I'm bending against the grain. You can see the grain of the material is going this way. We're going to bend it across, which is going to make it really, really tough to bend. So this right here is going to spread molecules out and allow me to bend it a lot easier. It's going to fit. You can see it's got ample ground clearance. We've got enough space everywhere. It'll drain properly, and it leans back just a touch to drain back into the pump without any backup. So now I'm at a point where I want to start building the catch can and coolant reservoir together. We're going to do a combined tank, so catch can will be 1/2, coolant overflow will be the other. We're going to put it in this corner over here, and the exhaust is going to fit underneath it. So basically, I'm going to go with a 10x7 piece right here, and I'm going to divide it so it's 3.5 inches per tank. It's going to be quite a bit of volume, as they're going to be about 7 inches tall as well. So they're going to have quite a bit of volume, quite a bit of breathability for the valve covers. Hemis don't have valley breathers, so we're running -12s off the valve cover to give it ample breathability. I don't know how tight the rings are going to be or how loose they're going to be. They're boost safe, so they're probably going to be pretty loose as it's a race engine. So I want to be able to put a big window on this so it has a ton of volume and also a ton of space for it to come out of, in terms of like we need a big window for all the vapor and all the pressure to come out of. So this will be pretty interesting. It'll be pretty big, and should be able to finish it today. If we could finish this today, I'll be able to get the exhaust components all finished up in the next day or two. And pending our 3D printed inlet from China, I don't know how long that's going to take. It's usually 3 to 5 days shipping. It should be finished with production today, I'd imagine. So we should have it by the end of the week. So this whole project should be done within about 5 days of total work on it. I'll go through and cut and grind this all flat and nice. Once we're all done, that was the old turbo mount and train. The vehicle was turboed at one point, so now since he's going twin turbo, we don't need that pedestal or any of that bullshit. Right, so what I'm going to do here is I got this tack welded just in the approximate shape that I think it's going to be. I'm going to drop it in. I'm going to see how low the front end impedes into the wheel well, because we have to be mindful of the exhaust tube coming up underneath. I don't want to be in a position where I'm fighting for space, so we're going to take a look at this now and see what it looks like. That's where it's gonna land, and I like it where it is. I want to trim down this plastic a little bit, get a little bit further into the wheel well, but outside of that, I think it fits really well. I gotta build a divider now, so I'm gonna internally weld a divider. That way, everything fits. It's divided on both sides, and the only seam that we're gonna have is on the bottom side of this. I'm gonna split this in the middle. That way, I can do my final weld and still keep it partitioned. Packed up, ready to go. Fully chambered piece right here. This side, as you can see, I welded the entire inside all the way around. Welded this outside. I'll put the next panel on, and it'll just have the single weld seam, but it won't be able to mix tank to tank. With minimal work on the face that will need to be done after. I did this in 1/8 inch because I want to be able to face the material and clean it up and not take away too much material and make it way more to do here. So now that my tank is primarily done, I got a baffle in here to keep a lot of oil just coming straight out the vent. Now it's got to go down and around. This will basically help out with airborne oil leaving the ventilated part. Outside of that, this whole thing will be done. I can start welding it. I can do the final welding on all the rest. Put the window on over here. Cut this stuff out and make some mounting brackets. Now I'm gonna start doing the window for the breather. And what I think I want to do is I'm gonna cut a rectangle out, and I think I'm gonna 3D print a filter holder for this one. Typically I make them out of metal, so this one I think I want to do 3D print, either 3D printed or a billet one, one of the two. So I'm gonna kind of just sketch out a quick idea, cut the window out, and then I'll put this panel on right here. You can see my baffle still in, and then I'll put this guy on right here and buzz the rest of this tank up. Okay. Now, the landing right here is what I'm most interested in when doing fabrication. That way I have a nice landing to put filler rod into, and it lays nice and uniform. Wait, are they saying you do headlights?
Well, no, they haven't said anything yet.
So then they're definitely not your headlights.
Well, I really hope they are.
We got a bunch of peanuts. They're corn syrup base. You can chew them. Look. Hey!
No!
Drop it! No! Get out of there. Alright, so now we got our charge pipe material for this thing. So today what we're going to do is focus on the exhaust, get the wastegates plumbed. So one of the biggest things is Carlos wants us to run the wastegates at a 15-20 degree angle merge off of the feed pipes to the turbos. I'm not sure that's going to work very well because of the size of the wastegates, being that they're 60 millimeter. They might be a problem, but we'll give it a go. If it doesn't work, we'll probably reposition. I think 60 millimeter gates in line with the exhaust flow is a little bit too much. And I think he's going to probably have a little bit of boost control problems. However, he is running CO2 control, so he can definitely keep the gates shut a lot easier without being boost dependent. So for me, it's kind of a scientific experiment that we're going to try out, and we're going to pray that it works. Keep watching. Get up in this spot. So right here, you can see we don't have a ton of space. When the tires turn all the way over, we are going to be pretty much consuming this exhaust component. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some really, really tight radius pie cuts just to clear it, and then past that, we're going to be using a bunch of super nice hydroform bends. These bends are they're formed by heat. So basically, if I cut it here and I spin it, it's going to be exactly the same radius all the way around. Everything matches. It's the best quality material you can buy, and it's way better than mandrels. So we're looking for basically every horsepower we can get out of this. So we want no choke points, and we also want really nice quality. So we're going to use this stuff for it. And if you look right here, we're going to be really close to this ABS module, so I'm going to have to do a heat shield there. So, and we might actually have to put a limiter on how the tires or how far the wheels can articulate side to side to limit it from getting into the exhaust components, which for what this thing does, it's not the end of the world because it is an 8th mile purpose-built SUV. I know he does like to drive it on the street a little bit, so I do want to limit it a little bit, but not too much. So I'm going to do a couple pie cuts, kind of figure out where we're at in terms of space constraints with the tire, exhaust components, and also a loaded suspension. So we'll see how this all works out. I'm not sure quite yet. So that looks like that'll probably work. And it actually looks, with the car down on the ground and the tire totally turned in, it looks like it'll fit. So I'm going to do this really, really, really tight. It's not really a pie cut, it's more like a radius cut, but I'm going to do that, toss it in there, and I'll use another full 90. That will kick us up and out. We'll see how that goes. What do you want? I need your help, dude. Why? I need your expertise.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to give me about 30 minutes.
Are you actually talking? Why are you charging it? Can you just charge your phone at night, please?
I fell asleep at night.
I mean, that's what you do at night, but charge your phone and then fall asleep.
I wasn't prepared.
When
Did you know it was a good night's sleep?
What sweater is that?
What? Cornwall?
You stole that from me?
Yeah. You were never gonna wear it anyways. You just didn't want 8 to buy it.
That's back.
He lost the piece of paper.
How?
So I had to go through the whole thing over again.
Okay. Okay. Well, when you're done, I need your help because we're gonna have to move those turbos over, dude.
Why?
They gotta go forward like a 1/4 inch or more.
The exhaust.
Yeah.
Too big.
Yeah. So I'm about ready.
Are we doing stainless?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, thank God, I'm so glad we're not doing titanium. But, like right now, I have 1D bends, so the 4-inch on 4-inch radius, and even like the tightest cut I could get out of it still doesn't fucking clear the tire. So we're gonna have to shift everything forward, probably like a 1/2 inch.
Mm-hmm.
We're basically where the inlets are like almost out of the bumper.
Yeah.
But I need your eyeballs to help me.
Okay. Dude, this guy sucks, man.
Yeah, I know, every time.
I just don't want to go there and it's gonna be like $1,000 in fittings.
I mean, it don't matter. Brian's paying for it. So.
Yeah, but he's gonna be butthurt.
Brian's rich. I don't know why he cares. So I got this test piece right here. What I'm doing is coping my wastegate provision to fit on my test piece. So that fits pretty good. I mean, I'll massage it a little bit more after I weld the flange on because I know it's going to warp a bit. But that's effectively what I want. I want a little bit more angle, and I can do that as I start massaging it. But you know, to get it to fit a little bit better without the gaps on each side will take a little bit of work. But I'm content with where it's at now. In order for me to weld it to the wastegate flange, that way I can start mocking up the rest of the driver's side piece. That back is so big and blocked. Okay, I'm curious now. So this one comes out, basically the discharge of the turbo has it a little bit more of a pitched angle. So I might have to cut this back and kind of play with a couple of different bends. I don't know, we'll see. It doesn't fit super great the way the other side did, just because of the way the discharge on the turbo is. 10 cents, I'm gonna start charging 10 cents a sharpen. Oh, that'll be our lunch fund.
What? Lunch money?
Yeah, it'll be like a swear jar.
Yeah.
Cool. We should actually start a swear jar too.
You're gonna be the one to fill it up, John.
Yeah, probably. So I'm gonna start with a 22 and a half. And that should get us where we position out and then zigzag out for the So now we got all the hot parts finished up. I pulled the dump tube off of this guy so we can get the bumper off. But I got an idea of where everything goes now. So charge pipes are going to be the last part of this system. What we're going to do is we're going to be running a Vibrant HD pinless system. So that means we're getting rid of the V-bands that go on the turbo normally. So we clip these off, weld these on, and we're going to basically just route the charge pipes up through to our Y pipe that we have on the throttle body. And by doing that, that'll basically simplify all the charge pipe system, and it'll be easy and toolless to remove the charge pipes. Unknown to me, which is nice that I learn something new every day, the X5C and Zelda turbos actually have a thread-on V-band piece. So it's 3.5 inch on the outside, and the compressor cover has threads cut in, but they are only 3 inch. And we want to keep this universally 3 inch from turbo to throttle body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing back on. It spun off during belt grinding, which is crazy. So I'm going to put it back on. I'm going to weld this on, and then I'm going to weld the 3.5 inch ferrule to that. That way I can use this as a step without having to do any extra steps. I don't like it. It kicks up too much. I tacked it off with the one I had mocked up, or mark-wise. Granted, it's a little long too, so I'm gonna probably give it a spin now, because it's kind of bound up in a good spot. So I'll just cut those. We'll move them around, but lunch first before I cut. So last week we were talking about how we 3D printed this model to kind of get some sort of situation sorted to put two 3.5 inch tubes into a 4.5 inch throttle body. And today we got our new part in, which is aluminum. It's been 3D printed, and it is exactly what we needed. It fits perfect. There's no deviation from the metal to plastic, and the V.Engines click right on. That way we can burn these on and make them look nice and clean. I'm gonna burn this on real quick, and then I'll come back, put that one on, and we'll mark that down. Alrighty guys, conclusion is here. We did all the charge pipes, the dump tubes, the crossovers, the downpipes, the turbos, and Lou helped with absolutely nothing. We got this really cool cast Y that we got also from China. This kit was a massive kit. I anticipated it being about 5 to 6 days worth of work. We're about 10 days in because we had to add a few additional items, like an oil tank for the returns. And the turbos not being symmetrical really did make this a really big challenge. As you guys watched in the video, you know, there was tons of going back and forth, tack welding, cutting stuff up. There's a few things we don't even have on camera, which is us cutting items up to reposition because things change during welds. We have probably like 120 welds just in this photo right here. So there's a lot of work that went into this, and this should be a record-breaking track hog. He's expecting 8 miles, so it already did like 870 up here at altitude on the quarter mile. So this thing should really do some damage on the mill prep circuit around here. But thanks for watching. If you liked what we do, like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what other things you want to watch us do. We're going to be doing a lot of larger scale builds. So keep watching, keep supporting, and we appreciate it. See you guys.